was unreal at first. It took a while, but once we got started and now we're close to the end, it's really exciting where we can see that it's a house where we're going to be living.
Just seeing what we're building, the process, the whole process, and as we're nearing completion, it's really exciting. We're all going to get our nice new houses.
When we put the trusses on the house is for me that moment where I was like, oh my gosh, it's actually a house. So to be able to see the roof go on and it just really look like a house was really that moment for me where it became real, I guess.
It was kind of like banging my head against the wall sometimes. It's like at some point it's going to happen, and then when it did happen and all of us jumped in to build my house, it was like the coolest thing because, you know, I had helped all 5 houses, I helped all them, so it was cool to see, you know, that they all got my back and they all jumped in and we all did it together.
Now that we're down to the final and our kitchens are in, our bathrooms are in, you can start planning stuff, you can see it. You see an end, you can tell what was gonna be where, and then once everything went in, you're like, oh, this is my house.
It's definitely harder than I thought. There's a lot more that goes into house building that you would never know unless you were able to be out here doing it. It's tough, but it's fun to see the progress every single day. Every day we would leave the job site and every week you could see how much further along you were getting, which is really cool.
The physical labor part has been the biggest challenge for me. I'm not as young as I used to be, so I can't move around as like the younger guys here can.
There's challenges daily at this place, man. You just got to take the good with the bad, you know, and like I say, when you have a bad day, you just got to make positive. Next weekend ain't as bad, and you just got to make it so. You can get knocked down, but you get back up again, dude. You got to Chumbawamba.
I really didn't know much about Habitat prior to starting this, other than I knew they built houses and did repairs. Really, we were kind of at the end of our rope. We'd gone to banks. We couldn't get approved for a home loan because of only having one income. It's so hard to make that financial commitment that you have to make when you go into a bank.
Right now we share a room, but he's to the age that he definitely needs his own room. So I saw the Facebook post for Habitat and it was simple to apply, and then we waited.
It was like being told you just won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, you know. It was, just something so far out there, and it was such a great thing to be told you've been selected. I mean, they may as well have been, you know, knocking at the door with balloons saying you've just won, you know.
I've seen this house pop up, this one pop up, this one pop up, and this one pop up, so like a little demon on my shoulders, like, dude, it's not gonna happen. With all the misfortune that you've had in life, dude, something's gonna happen. You won't win, but it's cool to see, you know, that I'm actually gonna win on this deal, and you know, this time I'm not gonna fail.
I never would have thought I would own a brand new house. There's no way that I could have afforded something. And then because it would have had to have been something that would have needed upgrades, and that just was not doable. But maybe now that I know how to do some stuff.
I told my kid that I was going to begin a new life when this was done, and that's the ultimate goal that she had before she passed away. So that's kind of what I've been pushing myself at since this thing began. You know, life kicks all of us, and it's kicked me many times, and when you get knocked down and get kicked and kicked and kicked again, it's easy to stay down, but you can't. You know, you got to get up, and you always got to kick back, and I always will. And that's how you set an example to your kids.
I think the benefit from the house is really more how it will impact my daughter. She's now in the school district that she goes to school in. There are so many kids that live up here that she is in class with and school with. So for me, that is the biggest impact, and that's all I ever wanted from the program, was just a really safe, happy environment for her.
Oh, it's gonna be wonderful. It's clean, it's warm, and it's mine.